were supposed to live together because he's my best friend in New York.
You're supposed to live together as friends. Interesting.
We were like, let's get a place together and save money. But then we kissed.
So you kissed accidentally.
Well, yeah, like we were like sharing a bed. Because
what are we doing in the bed here?
Okay.
You're listening to the Dear Buddies podcast.
You will grow from boys into men.
Whatever, dude.
What does that look? Don't get weird on me.
Hey, buddy.
For all those questions you can't bring yourself to ask your friends, ask your buddies.
Dear Buddies, big fan since the Sweet Buddies days, and I'm loving the new show. I have a bit of a friends with benefits situation on my hands, and I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm a woman in my 30s, great job that I actually like, and I've been told that I'm a catch. Just after the pandemic hit, I moved in with a man who I will call Tommy. It started as a roommate situation, but then became friends with benefits, considering we're basically the only people that we ever saw during the pandemic. We have both agreed that we are not a couple.
Did I write
they
this
seem to make this
in
important.
past tense?
Here's the problem. Tommy has a friend that I've also gotten to know who I'll call Ryan. I like Ryan, and he likes me. We've hung out as a group several times. To the best of my knowledge, Ryan has no idea that Tommy and I hook up. Ryan recently asked me out to dinner as a date, and I can see myself having a relationship with him, but I don't know how Tommy will react. Should I accept the invitation? Is it just a one-date kind of it's just a one-date thing, but I feel caught in the middle for some reason, even though Tommy and I were very clear about what we were. Do I even mention it to Tommy? Thanks, friends with benefits with problems in Seattle. So welcome to the Dear Buddies podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. We are going to talk a little bit today about some friends from our letter here. We're going to talk about different friend situations, friend with benefit situations. There's a lot of things that I've experienced, a lot of things that we've experienced, a lot of things I don't know. And our guest today actually has a lot of current experience with that in an ironic twist of fate. Right? No?
Yeah.
A little bit? Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Almost completely.
Oh, okay. You looked at me like I was crazy. I was shoot.
I was getting excited.
Oh, okay. So we're going to jump right into it, and please help welcome our guest, Kaneez Surka, everybody. Whoa, what a time. And before we get too much into it, you might know her from the General Fun game show, which I've been watching ever since I did that podcast with you. I saw it. It's crazy. It's on YouTube. It's a huge YouTube game show, which is super fun. Also, the Comedy Premium League, Ladies Up, Comic Stand, where she was a judge, and about 5,000 other things on her IMDb. Kaneez, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. What a great
Seems like a very big deal.
Yeah.
It's the first game show host we've had on the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for doing this.
No, thank you for having me. Also, I'm so glad you guys received my letter.
Yeah.
In a while.
Who's Tommy?
We got our very own Steve Harvey here. Just crushing it.
That's funny. Yeah, but thanks for coming.
I do jokes, Mike.
What's that?
I do jokes.
What does that mean?
You said that's funny. Okay.
Well, I wasn't laughing at you. I wanted you to at least.
Scene.
I wanted you to at least know that I thought it was funny. But you're new to New York.
Yeah.
New to America.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I came from Mumbai.
Tell us a little bit about. Tell our listeners a little bit about where you came from.
So I'm a comedian. I've been in India for the last 17 years, and I started my comedy career there. But I'm originally from South Africa, and I moved to India when I was 21, and then I moved to New York when I was 38.
The perfect time.
Yeah.
That's what everyone says. Yeah. Right before 40, that's
Exactly.
when you pick up and start
Exactly.
over.
No, good for you. Good for you. That's cool. And you like the city? Or?
I love this.
Was there no comedy in South Africa?
No, there was. I wasn't like
Trevor Noah's from there.
Yeah.
Dude. It's the dumbest thing you've
Well,
said,
I'm
and you have
asking-
a laundry list of insane things.
I was
said.
asking why she moved to India to do comedy
Yeah,
and not South Africa.
Well, I didn't move to do comedy. I actually went on a gap year because I didn't want to study law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then I found comedy there.
Your parents are proud then.
Yeah, they were. They really
You
were.
avoided reality
They
with
were like,
comedy, and you're just like,
exactly.
I'm done.
I'm done.
That's
I
great.
think I'll live in this, play land. Comedy's like that. I feel like I feel like my whole adult life is just comedy, and relationship, house, and cat. Like, this is me playing.
It's like playing life, you know?
Playing life, exactly.
We're not playing house, are we? Like, he's moved in. Jesus Christ. We're playing love.
How is the
And I'm going to break his heart anyway.
how is like relationships here compared to India and South Africa? How are the men?
Oh.
Or if you're into women, I don't know what you're
No,
into.
I am currently into men at the moment.
Cool. All right, you had to go.
And
You got a straighty.
Yeah.
Straighty.
Straighty.
This is
Don't laugh at him. Just to make
canceled
him
the
feel good. Just let him,
podcast.
Funny.
Well, you never
let him
know.
crash. Let him
No,
burn.
I don't know if it's like a derogatory term or endearing term.
No, it's a good term. I'm a
No,
straighty.
no, he's from Queens.
Yeah,
yeah, he's
yeah,
from
yeah,
Queens.
yeah.
So to him, that's just called English.
Yeah. Straighty. Yes, I've been a straighty my whole
He's a
life.
little bit of a racist. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
No, I watched the whole movie Invictus. I can't be racist. No way. I was rooting for rugby the whole time.
So the date, like the dating versus
Oh,
like.
yes.
Indian men, South African men, and versus
yes.
New York gentlemen.
Yeah,
Yes.
who are better? We are.
Or American. You know, let's not
I'm
call us
the
all
New York gentleman. That's why.
Got it,
Yeah,
okay.
he's an immigrant too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, technically, so are you.
Technically, don't say that to him. He gets real upset.
But I
if
mean-
you say he's from Long Island, he'll
Yeah, I'll snap.
shatter
True.
this.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
let's
I'll
just.
snap.
But like everyone except the Native Americans are immigrants in this country.
How you know I'm not a Cherokee?
That was probably the kindest response that she could have given. Just looking at you.
You definitely have the lower body of a Jeep. I'll tell you that much. Holy hell.
Oh, shit.
Oh, now we're cooking with gas. Let's go.
Because I think that we can all learn, like as guys here, because we're obviously not men in other countries. We can always learn something about how men in other
Right.
cultures date, how they talk to women, treat women, at least from our perspective. So what is
Yeah.
is there something that you notice about guys here versus there in your dating life or in your relationship life that like is good here versus good there?
Yeah. No, I haven't dated much in America. I think I've been on 2 dates. That's a lot, actually.
It's been here 7 hours, guys. So.
I've been on a couple of dates. Yeah, so I think like men here I find in India men don't know how to talk to women as easily. Like there's no like really culture around dating and getting to know women, and it's very like the culture is really based in arranged marriages.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to stereotype, but it really is like that. Like you don't really get
Crazy.
to date and get to know someone as much.
Well, I'm glad you said it because I was about to ask.
Yeah,
So at least
yeah.
I got off the hook of being the racist.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'm like, no.
Arranged, right?
It's
Okay.
changing now. Like people are dating, like with dating apps coming in, obviously a lot more people are dating. But I do find like America knows how to date better because they've been doing it for longer.
Do you think that the younger generation, like your generation and the younger generation, is going to continue on with that tradition of arranged marriages? Or do you think it's going to slowly kind of wash itself out culturally?
I don't know. People still like, because like even though people are like dating and like seriously dating in India, like a lot of them still end up getting arranged marriages. You know, I'm just, it's just based on the people I know.
Is it after a while you're like, Mom, Dad, take over? I'm not doing a good job.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, actually, these dating apps made me feel. These dating apps made me want an arranged marriage. I'm like, I can't do this on my own. I wish there was someone to help me. And
Are arranged marriages like a class thing? Like the parents are like, well, we know someone who's also
similar.
similar, like background, religion,
Yes.
money. So we'll
yeah, they consider all of that
Okay.
in arranged marriages for sure.
All right.
Otherwise, they wouldn't arrange it.
It's not about like your mom.
It's a good arrangement for someone who's poor.
Yeah. Well, they wouldn't. Yeah, then why would they arrange? They
wouldn't arrange it. Yeah.
Did your parents ever try to arrange you in any way?
No, but I mean, I was married.
Oh.
Here we go.
Bombshell.
Yeah,
Plot twist.
Was it an arranged marriage?
It was an arranged marriage from his side. It was a
Wait a
love
minute, wait a
marriage from my side.
Wait, how does that work?
What?
Okay, so how that works is he was kind of just ticking the boxes.
What does that mean?
Like when he met me with the intention of getting married to me. Because I was the same class, caste, religion, subsect of the religion as him. So like when you meet someone who's exactly like who's your caste, class, religion, all of that, then you kind of, there is an underlying like arranged marriage feel to it.
Yeah.
Because they're ticking a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
So I think for him, I ticked a lot of boxes. He's like, oh, she's a Bori Muslim, which is the kind of Muslim that I am. You know, she's studied, like she's from abroad. Like all of these things like mattered in this arranged marriage. So to him, like he was ticking those boxes while I thought I was just dating a guy. Like,
you were falling in
I
love,
was
and he
falling in
was
love.
filling out an Excel spreadsheet.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so then you got
And then
married.
and then I realized it was an arranged marriage from his side. I was like, ah.
So you did. It wasn't like arranged in the traditional sense, like your parents did a thing.
No,
it was
like
just like he was just like looking for the traditional
Yes.
like markers of what an arranged marriage would be.
Just to fill that spot.
yeah.
I wasn't ready to get married. I was so young, so I was just looking to meet a cool guy.
How old
And
were you when you got
I was
married?
like 24.
Oh wow.
Tough. I almost got married when I was 24.
Really?
Yeah, that's why. Like, I was engaged, and my mom was trying to like. She was like, "Well, my friend's got his daughter." I go, "You know, I'm engaged, Mom, right?" Like, there was times where she like. That's why I don't think my parents would be good at arranged marriages.
Yeah.
Because I'm already in a
timing's
thing right
off.
now. Yeah. Although their timing might have been right. They might have been saying something to me.
Yeah,
This one's a dud. Get her out of here.
It's probably that, actually.
Yeah. So what was the?
How long did that last? The marriage
Yeah. How long did that last?
Yeah.
Oh, I was married for 3 years.
And what was like the moment that you said this is not gonna work for you or for him?
The day we got married.
The day you got married, you're like, I gotta get out of this.
Yeah, you know, it was the day after we had we just got married. The wedding was over. We went like partying for Christmas. I think it was Christmas the next day. So we went party. We went out partying with all our friends who had come for the wedding. And we got into a huge fight. And we used to get into a lot of fights. And we thought marriage would fix that. And we got into a massive fight.
That's the typical way to go. Yeah.
And the next we thought, okay, well maybe kids will fix it. No, but we didn't have any
didn't
kids.
have kids.
Thank God. Thank God I was barren.
Wait, is that a true statement? Oh gosh. Okay. Well, fair. Just to be fair, we try to like dig
Sorry.
deeper into this.
No,
like,
no,
this
no,
stuff.
no, we-
So like,
It's
if
not
you're
great
willing
or
to
barren,
talk
but
about it,
it's-
like
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna try. We'd love to like dig as deep as possible.
Oh yeah,
and, like,
please ask. I'm happy to talk about anything.
So is that like you talk about Baron like the pizza, like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
brand,
exactly,
or like
exactly.
yeah?
So Jesus' B-Day. You tell him to go
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
himself.
yeah.
In Mumbai. Is that where you guys are?
Yeah, we just had a big fight. We're like, this was a mistake. Let's call it off. And then it was just a series of that same conversation over the next 3 years.
Wait, day one.
Day one.
That's brutal.
Yeah.
And wait, so you didn't have the kid conversation before, or you didn't know that you weren't able
also,
to have
I was
kids?
just a young, like I was a kid. Like
And-
I didn't know I had to have these conversations with your partner before marrying them.
Neither do I. I'm 35.
Oh, there you
Yeah.
go. Please ask like your partner.
What's divorce like in India? Well, especially when you were married. Is it like
Yeah,
It's an arranged divorce too. Yeah.
it was kind of an arranged divorce in the sense
That's called a rearranged marriage.
Yeah, exactly. To rearrange the conditions. There was a contract. By the way, like in Islam, like when you have the nikah, there's no like.
Whoa!
The-
We
sorry.
don't curse on this
Sorry,
podcast.
so sorry. Like,
Say black people. Sorry,
so Muslims,
I'm having a good time.
Yeah.
You're apartheid. She can say it. It's all good.
Exactly.
So in Islam, sorry, what were you
No,
saying?
in Islam, the wedding's called the nikah. It's a nikah ceremony, and it's not between the husband and the wife. It's between the husband and the father. Like they get into a contractual binding. Like
Wait, husband and your father.
Yes.
Okay.
So my ex-husband and my father like put their hands together and like set out loud like a contract. And the
wait.
ceremony was between them.
What are you doing at this scene? Like in the background, like, hey,
exactly.
hello.
You're just waving
Exactly.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm at
Do
the back.
You're trying to get your hand in there, like
I'm
squeeze it in.
I do.
Yeah.
Do you also? Great.
But it's not just a verbal agreement. It's
Verbal agreement. Yeah,
it's just a verbal agreement.
it's a verbal agreement.
They're
And then-
touching hands and then they're saying
There's no blood oath.
Well, no. This isn't Hangover.
I don't know. They put their hands together. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
No.
Here, it's like you have to go to the county or
No,
whatever.
we had to go and sign something.
Okay, so
afterwards.
that doesn't
Yeah,
count.
you have to get a legal document.
But their hands are up and now everyone can hear sort of.
Yeah, it's like the vows. Like
Okay,
they
okay.
said vows to each other almost. Like the same thing. Like I promise to look after your daughter. I promise to do this. He is like, I promise I've done this. I promise I've done this.
What did your dad say? I promise.
I don't know. That's why I want to find out now.
And
I
if-
actually
Oh, wait,
have
you
no
don't
idea
know.
what the contract is. I have no idea what they promise each other.
If a father's not present, he passes away, or he's just not in their life, then what? How does it?
Kid can't get married.
whoever's
It's
giving the daughter away. Like
Okay,
a
okay.
male figure that is giving the daughter away.
Okay.
So that's more of ceremonial at this point.
Yes.
Okay, because I would imagine that back throughout
then
history,
there's-
that's how they would contractually do things. By like
sure
the
they sign
dad,
things.
almost like cattle, or like if you were a goat, you would trade a goat for the daughter, and that was like the handshake.
It wasn't. Yeah. I mean, like the father giving away the daughter.
Yeah,
in a
it's-
Christian
that's like
marriage,
that.
same
Okay.
thing.
I
I
Like,
find it weird. Like,
the
what
father was giving away his daughter.
Right.
What does your dad say? Like, I promise my daughter will give it up
Yeah.
whenever you want.
No, that I would not be surprised if that is the case. Like if it's like promise
Did he go-
you can have her whenever you want.
Yeah.
And he winked at him, and he goes, "She's barren."
She's anything like her mom. You're gonna have a good time, bud. Let me tell you.
You only use condoms. You get pregnant.
How can I ask how that was? Like, Did he know? Did you know prior to that you weren't able to have children?
No. Well, I did have so the thing is, it's not like, miracles happen.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. I hope so. Why aren't you guys agreeing harder with me on this one? You guys are like,
Oh, wait, so is there a possibility you can have kids?
Right.
I said, like, there's always a possibility.
Oh,
like,
okay.
miracles
So you're not
happen.
totally barren.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like not.
Yeah, total barren.
But like just, I think apparently my fertility rate's just.
Okay. But how was that? How did you take that when you found that out, or at what point did you find that out?
I really want to adopt. I've always wanted to adopt, so I don't really care.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like when I had this, I didn't really care.
So
Honestly,
you
I
were
don't
like,
care.
even the first time you heard, you found out that
That's
was
it's
the
gonna be hard for me to
situation.
get pregnant. I was like, okay, well.
Oh, really?
adopt a kid, yeah.
Why
That's
did
pretty
you always
mature.
want to adopt? Is that is it more culturally acceptable in India maybe because there's I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, maybe that's why you made me think. I don't know if it's like but I know like in India, even South Africa, a lot of family members adopt kids within the family.
Really?
Like if your sibling can't look after their kid, you would adopt them, or
They become your child.
Yeah.
I guess that happens here too, though. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But like so it's that's the cultural part about it. I'm like that's in terms of the culture, that's how the adoption happens a lot. But there's a lot of people who adopt the way you guys adopt here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And your husband at the time, was he like? How did he
Was he
react to that? Yeah.
Is he sterile?
How did he react to finding out?
No, we didn't know really at that time.
Oh, okay,
like
okay, okay.
we didn't know at that time. Like I think it was also I'm 39. I think that has something to do with it as well. I'm premenopausal. No.
Because that happened. The reason I asked is I dated a girl for a while who she told me right up front, she was like, I can't have kids.
Right.
And I literally was just like, me neither. Like I thought she was just saying like, let's not get pregnant. She's like, no, I can't have kids. I was like, I can't either.
Really?
And then turns out she just couldn't have kids. She was
I
barren as
have
well.
3 roommates. You know?
You're on your own. So like I reacted obviously very poorly to that, but it was out of ignorance more than anything. So that's the maturity, I guess, of a woman is probably much higher than a guy, especially at 24, 25.
maybe.
To you to say, well, okay, well, I'll figure out other ways. But
Yeah,
a guy might
exactly.
like immediately start either react like because he doesn't actually know what you're talking about, or be like, this is my seed and must grow. It's like, all right, man, like no one, you're not going to build a legacy. Stop.
Exactly.
You're not having Jeff Bezos as a baby.
I
Like,
mean,
relax.
Do you want kids? Do you guys?
Yeah.
Want,
I think so.
do you want your own like
Yes.
genes out there?
Well,
See?
yeah, I'm
We
sure.
were talking
You
about
sure about
I
that?
want kids.
You want your own though?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Do you think she wants your kids?
Yeah.
I hope so.
How old are you?
36.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're good.
I'm
good
old.
age.
You were gonna say I'm old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like old enough.
Oh, yeah, old enough to.
Well,
But his girlfriend's only 30, so she's right in the prime.
she'll be 31.
I'm getting
September.
the.
That's
I'm
a
getting
nice
the.
ripe age.
I'm getting the.
I like how you say it like that. She's like, oh, this pair is good right now. Oh, that's a good pair. It's a perfect time to go.
You get turned on by people who are gonna have babies.
But that's I've gotten the screws put to me yesterday. Had a nice big argument, so that's fun.
Oh,
That's
that's
a good
cool.
time.
Oh yes, you're in a relationship.
Yeah, but it's not about the kids thing. It's about like the money thing because I don't have it.
And kids are extremely expensive
Yes.
They're
nowadays.
very, very,
Very much.
very expensive. Yes.
And you have to give them you have to be like mentally present as a parent
Yes,
nowadays.
yes.
Apparently, you can't
I know you
just
gotta
leave
talk
them
to them and
their own.
stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And be like, what are you feeling?
crazy.
Describe the feeling.
How is it growing up in India? Do you guys talk about feelings?
So we grew up in South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah, I
But
grew
you
up.
were Indian parents,
Yes,
though.
yes.
Yeah,
That's
you-
right.
Indian.
Over there.
It's all the same to me. You know?
Brown
Every other
land.
continent.
Yeah.
Totally
In
didn't know.
Wakanda, how did you guys do it? How did you guys parent in Wakanda?
How's sequel 2 going to come out? Let me know about that. No, I meant like in the Indian household.
Yeah, we did. Like my dad's really in tune with. Like he's a really good people's person, and he really let us express ourselves. At least me.
Yeah.
And so did my mom. My parents are actually pretty chilled out. They're not like they're super liberal parents.
They're not the typical Indian parents.
Not at all. Like they're the kind of parents that you can find a sex tape of in their cupboard.
And do you have a website? Are we gonna?
Upload to
Well, didn't you tell me that once?
Surka.com now.
Did you?
Just my tour dates.
That'd be pretty good marketing. Come check out.
Disgusting
Imagine
marketing.
that's how she gets super famous, but every show she has to put that as
the thing.
the coming to
Coming to you.
coming
Yes, and we'll like call it titted links, and we'll put it across like
Yeah.
like
If you want to see my mom's boobs,
Yeah.
join my Patreon.
but sex tapes in general, not my parents. Anyway, sorry, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. No,
Talking about feelings.
No.
Yes, my parents.
You had told me once, or I heard once that you were saying that your parents actually were like when you considered going back to law school, they were like, "No, you do comedy."
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
actually got like the opposite of what
Exactly.
we like idiots would think that an Indian parent who's like
be like,
super strict
yeah.
as a stereotype,
Yeah.
but they were strict about you like pursuing your dream type of
Sure,
thing.
parents aren't white.
Not strict, but like very supportive. They're like, if
Yeah.
you don't have to do this. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to do comedy, or if you want to act, like we'll support you. We'll
That's
send you to the
nice.
best schools, whatever you need. We'll do it for you. So they were like, yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So I know, like, that's why a lot of Asian kids are like, my parents are so strict. I was like, I wish my parents were more strict with me a little bit. I was like zero discipline. I was like, thanks, mom and dad.
Does that bleed into your life now? Do you think?
Like I see when I see other Indian like comedians here, they're so like focused and militant. And it does come from the upbringing of like having a lot of discipline, and like you have to achieve. And I think a lot of Indian kids in America as NRIs or like ABCDs they call them, American born Desi Indian.
Comedians.
Yes.
A lot of the ABCDs.
Let me explain to you about this Indian phenomenon. I'd be happy to explain it to you.
Let me white explain.
And yeah, I can tell you all about brown culture if you need it.
Yeah.
Just ask. But that's cool. That's really cool that you had that kind of encouragement. And otherwise, like a place or a family that typically might not be super encouraging.
Yeah, exactly. Not for comedy, but
No.
they
So your parents live in South Africa?
Yeah, they live in Cape Town.
In Cape Town. So like, I want to know about life, like right in the apartheid. That's got to be a crazy upbringing. Because you're not allowed to like talk to white people, basically.
When I was, that's the thing. I live in a homeland, so a homeland is separate from the rest. Like basically, the government like designated 7 areas and I say areas like states, almost the size of a state, in like small, some are big, but in South Africa, and they want to put all the black people into those lands, and then make them like self-governing sort of places. So like the black people could self-govern, like half, like.
Kind of like Native American reservations here, it sounds like.
Self-govern themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we gave them casinos. We're good.
Yeah. But not initially.
They didn't get casinos.
No.
In
No,
that.
we
Okay.
didn't get casinos.
Yeah.
We didn't get casinos.
Yeah. So we're a little better over here, okay? So watch and relax.
Damn it! I wish I was
Yeah.
a black person.
How great would it be to have casinos, though?
Yeah.
Right?
Nothing solves your problem like a roulette table. I can tell you right now. You hit the craps table and woo.
Yeah, you
Goodbye, racism.
You forget about your heritage. You go,
Yeah,
it sucks for you guys, but I just hit heart 7.
So like I know what apartheid is, but
Yeah.
I wasn't. This is new to me.
Oh, these homelands?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the date. I don't know when they created these homelands, but that's where I lived. I grew up in a homeland, and so like in that. I'm so sorry.
That's South Africa
It's
calling.
South Africa.
Stop talking about our secrets.
That's Matt Damon coming in for the movie. Yeah.
that South African accent's terrible.
Well, also like the Native Americans here. I know we just compared it to reservations, but they also don't pay taxes. I don't.
No, I don't know what the tax situation was, but
Yeah,
again,
like
we had our own government.
Okay.
So like I'm sure they were making some rules for.
You didn't have your own president, though, right?
No. We did.
You had like a elected
You had
state
your own-
officials.
Yeah, well, he was the president of the Transkei. The homeland I lived in was called the Transkei. It's where Nelson Mandela was born, Thabo Mbeki. It was also where Trevor Noah's grandmother comes from.
Wow.
Oh.
So, yeah, a lot of freedom fighters came from the Transkei.
Oh wow. That's wild.
Yeah. So like I didn't experience apartheid that was happening in South Africa because
You
there
were
were a
on-
lot
in-
more.
you were-
Yeah, but I did go to a school that had only white people and expat black people. So all the expats and white people. So there were no local black people in my school.
Wow, they even segregated that hard
Oh,
to
yeah. And then
where
the
they didn't mind black people as long as they're not from here.
Yeah. So from Ghana and Uganda, like all the expatriate black people were in the school.
That's such
Yeah.
a
White people.
bizarre
I know.
thing. I guess it's not that bizarre coming from America where we have our own problems
Yeah,
in
exactly.
history. But
probably like that happened in the 60s and like 70s.
this is the 70s. 1970 is when
this
they
is-
declared
This is
them
90s.
This is
independent.
90s though. This is
That's what I'm
90s
saying.
though.
It's even
so it's a little
crazier.
different of
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
hearing
But like-
someone who wasn't 80 years old now say that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then when 94 happened and we had our first democratic election, like literally the next year, half the class was local black people.
Right.
So it was like immediate shift that happened.
That's what I want to get into. So it was not cooler, but like people weren't like crazy how like back in the 60s when like they started integrating schools, they were still like they were not well to the black kids coming in. Were they better to you guys?
As in,
like when you started integrating.
Integrating.
Well, I was on the other side. I was on the white people's side.
Yeah.
So
Did this whole time you think she was black?
No. But like they still.
The Wakanda was a joke. The Wakanda thing was a joke, Chris. It's not really from there.
He's like, I gotta go through my notes. I got all the wrong questions.
Wakanda's not a country. No, I knew that, but I just want to know like, white people treat you better than they treated black people.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, okay.
There was a tier system. It was like black people, colored people, Indians, white people.
So it almost sounds like it wasn't whites versus non-whites. It was white, black.
Exactly.
And that was the problem. Everyone else was like, okay, you're fine, but we're not worried about you. We're worried about the black.
And then the Indians would be racist towards the black people as well because they thought they were better than the black people. It's like, but then they're also but they were also non-whites.
Right.
They were also categorized as non-white. So it is bizarre. Like humans just suck.
So you're not a big fan of U2? No. They wouldn't perform in South Africa because of the apartheid.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
yeah.
I was like, I'm so
That's your
sorry.
apartheid knowledge?
That's what I know.
Who decided to not perform?
He wrote a song about it.
All right.
Have you guys seen Biden's speech in the 70s that he made against apartheid?
Yeah, oh yeah.
No, I
Oh, there's a really cool speech, like a very passionate speech that he makes about how disgusting it is that the government's oppressing, that we support, that people are supporting South Africa during this time.
It's bizarre.
And that's what made me like him.
And then I watched Jill Biden recently talk about how Latinos are as unique as tacos. So that's that was yesterday. So
he did it.
Real.
He also had
wide circle of.
He also put the '94 crime bill in there, which wasn't the best for black people in this country. So,
so speaking of apartheid. We have this letter that came in today.
Yes.
I wanted to try. Did you have any more? I'm sorry, I didn't want to stop you.
I can go for days, but no.
later.
I'm so sorry.
No. This is great.
we're good.
It actually went down a really interesting path that we kind of love, just like digging in and finding out weird stuff. So it was kind of beautiful. Yeah.
She's married. She's barren.
Didn't see this.
You want a drink after this one?
When I said I'd say anything.
Well, look, you're not getting pregnant, so you can have a drink. Anyway, wow, that was too much. Did I go too far?
True. One of the perks.
So this person that wrote in, friends with benefits with issues, has a situation where they were dating somebody, or they were hooking up with somebody, and they were very clear about they were. Now she wants to date his friend.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a sticky situation. I feel like we were talking earlier about what you have like some experience with friends with benefits or friend versus relationship versus friend type of stuff, and I feel like we could kind of work this out and see if this happens.
Yeah.
Do you want to can we talk about your
Totally.
Yeah.
Anything.
So tell us about what's going on. They don't know. I didn't tell them because it's kind of juicy.
Is it your husband?
No.
Okay.
Yet.
And you don't have to name names if you don't want. But it's real. It's a juicy one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I met this guy. He's a comedian from New York, America, and he came to India
Already
7 years ago.
It's already a disaster.
No, wait. You don't know that.
Can't get stage time here. He's not good. I'm telling you, get this guy to go. Honestly.
All right, American.
Not as funny because he can't work here.
Indian ethnicity.
Yeah. So he came to shoot a documentary in India.
Okay. Okay, I know who this person is. Go on.
I think I know it is now too.
We know who it is.
Okay.
All right, this is this is like a guessing game. Guess in the comments.
Yeah.
We won't say who this is to protect the innocent and to protect the unfunny.
You won't know.
Gets a free T-shirt.
You said it was a joke.
You won't know who he is. Trust me.
I think we do follow him on Dear Buddy's Patreon, Instagram. So
Yes. Okay.
So he came to India and we were friends. We were friends for 7 years. He's one of my best friends actually, and he kept coming to India. I came here and we would hang and our own lives are going on. And everyone was always like, oh, well, you guys should like. When I was like, no, we're friends. Like guys and girls can be friends, and I still do believe this. I know I fucked up by actually dating him, but I really do believe you can have an intimate platonic friendship with a guy.
my best friend is a girl.
See, exactly.
Yeah, I've never dated her. I did date her sister, but I didn't.
Did you ever feel like?
A couple times maybe, but I was like, no, definitely not. Yeah.
because you're also taught that like girls and guys can't be friends, and so your brain also does.
But now it's to the point where I'm like, ew. I'm like, I wouldn't even want to think that way with her.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
Well, I got to that point with him, like, because everyone kept being like, when are you guys getting together? And I was like, it's not gonna, just like, it became a joke, and then we would joke about it. And then when I came here, we were supposed to live together when I moved, because he's my best friend in New York.
You're supposed to live together as friends. Interesting.
As friends.
Got to move in with your BFF.
Exactly.
For sure.
And because he was also moving back into the city, and we were like, let's get a place together and save money. Like, that's how people do it here, right?
No, for sure.
So I was like, if anyone, I'd want to live with you, because I know you so well. And then but then we unfortunately, we kissed.
This is the worst city in the world.
You sound
to smooch
it's
too. You look up, you see the Empire State Building, you see a full moon.
A nice cool fall breeze, leaves rustling on the ground.
Scopo's picking up your garbage at midnight.
Yeah. My ancestors are picking up trash on the side.
Cycle, put a little bug into it.
The way you just sighed though was. It was kind of beautiful. You clearly liked it, and like what the situation, the way you just said, and then we kissed. You went. I don't know if you realized you did that.
It was a sigh.
Oh no! Well, hey, rewind real quick.
Yeah, rewind it.
Yeah, that wasn't a good sigh. That was a fucked up
The
sigh.
sigh hit me. It was more of a.
No, it was like a. And that's when shit hit the fan.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the moment.
So that was I gotta move out of my place. I gotta get a new apartment.
Exactly. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna have to pay full rent now.
So you kissed accidentally.
Kissed. Well, yeah, like we were like sharing a bed. Because
what are we doing in the bed here?
Okay.
I shared a bed when I moved to the city too, but guess what? That man was disgusting. Okay, so I was good.
Well, of course you kissed. You guys were smooth.
I almost kissed my friend, and I'm
How did the
straight.
bed happen? Was it a drunk you in the bed, or was it like, hey, you want to watch a movie?
No, it was a drunk. Like we went out for we performed together in New Jersey. Then we came back. We got like a little drunk at a bar nearby, and then we went and he was like, instead of going back to his friend's place, he was like, I'll just crash here. Who cares?
But I thought you were living together. Not at this point.
We were planning on. Sorry, this was at an Airbnb. I was like when
So
I
you first got to the
here,
city.
I was in an Airbnb for a month. So I was like, we might just come over. Like, it's ridiculous. You're not going to go back all the way to Manhattan. So then he crashed, and then we kind of just were like, all right. And then we tried, but then I was like, no. I'm not feeling this.
So you kissed, and then you backed away.
Yeah,
Why did you back away?
Because I was like, I'm not feeling this. And I was like, you're my friend. Like, we're not going to be stupid about this. It's a 7-year friendship.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to throw it away for something stupid night. Like, no.
That's a real intense, like in the moment drunk skill to be able to back off of that.
This is a woman who's married at 24, went through apartheid. She could fucking pump the brakes on. We know who.
Yeah.
Trust me. I would have done the same, I think. No, you're smart. You're right. Yeah,
Well, I feel like a lot of people don't make
decision. And he is a phenomenal guy. He really is.
But I think a lot of people
really
wouldn't make that decision in the moment, just to realize, because the way you were telling me was, you saw that like the relationship of a friend. You're like, I don't want to lose this friend by screwing it up here. And I don't know anybody who's made that decision in the moment.
New in New York,
moment,
and I was like, I don't want to lose a friend. Like, that's really important.
Yeah, she had three friends. One was the doorman, one was this guy, and one was the guy who makes the sandwiches. That was about
I was
it.
like,
no, but
and I
he's
slept with
right.
the other two. So I was like, I only have one left.
He's right. In the moment, that's tough.
Yeah, but I also wasn't like super attracted as well before that happened. Like, it was like,
Okay, let's get that and show it to him.
No, he knows.
He's gross.
Yeah.
You know what though? Which is
No, it was just because he was I was like, just for 7 years you haven't thought of it. Like, there were moments where we thought of each other like that, but nothing ever like.
Yeah, it transpired.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, he thought of it.
And so did I at some points.
Well, see, now you say that, but then you just
No, I don't know, but I know.
But
I know the guy, and I know.
But you just
I know the
said,
guy, so it's what it is.
but you just said that you and your best friend
Because
never would think of it.
Because
so it is possible.
she also dated a good friend of mine for 4 years, lived with the guy, they broke up, and then, it was a little different story. I started as a friend, nothing ever happened, and then she's a good friend still, and she's dating a guy that I'm actually friends with now too.
Yeah.
So you kiss, you say no.
I was like, no, I'm just not feeling this.
Yeah.
and then like a month goes by, and then he's on tour for like 2 weeks, and I don't see him. And then and then he came back, and I was just really excited. Like I missed him. And then when I saw him, it felt like I wanted to run into his arms. That's the feeling that I felt.
That's not a good feeling.
It's a great feeling.
That's not a good feeling for her, though.
Well, I mean, like I missed him.
Yes.
And in the moment, I didn't think like, oh, this is. I was just like, but then afterwards, I was performing at the New York Comedy Club, and I was like, I don't want you to watch me perform. And he's seen me perform a million times. I was like, I was too like I was feeling
jitters.
shy. I was feeling shy. I was like, I don't want this guy to see me. I was like, why don't I want him to see me? I was like, I know. The only time I don't want people to see me is when I have a crush on them.
You felt like a giddy little segregated schoolgirl.
I don't want to see me like bombing or like, like I get very nervous around people I like when they come watch me. I don't like it.
So what the hell happened?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you're still in it.
And then, so then we started dating. So then we...
Wait, hold on. Before we get to... Let's pause here for a second.
Oh, yeah. So
Why are we pausing?
No. Yeah.
I don't understand why we're pausing.
I want to know what
back.
do you think I want to keep on this one part where between you kissing and you making the conscious decision to say, no, we're friends, and then him disappearing for 2 weeks.
I know.
Over that 2 weeks, can you think of like why, or did you not even realize it until you saw him after 2 weeks and then it just clicked there?
Exactly.
Were you thinking about him the whole time?
I mean, yeah, but I was thinking about like, I miss my friend, I miss my buddy. And also like,
but then when you saw him...
Yeah, I wanted to run into like I ran and it's not I ran into his arms, and then we were walking, like we met at a hotel and like just like had a drink a bar. Yeah, like a bar at the hotel.
We were sleeping together.
We were, we're having sex. and
sharing a bed.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Get it two bedding, not a queen. Get it two single.
Yeah, it was a twin bed.
Okay. So you want to run into his arms, and you missed him so much.
And you do. You run into his arms.
As in, like I give him a huge hug.
Yeah.
I know the feeling was like I remember like just walking really fast from the subway to the hotel to get like I was like okay, and then we have a drink, and then we're leaving to walk to whatever, Gramercy or whatever, East Village, sorry. And then while we're walking, I was like, 1 second, I don't want you to watch me. He's like, what the fuck? Don't be an idiot. I was like, no, I don't want you to watch me. And that's when I realized it was when I didn't want him to watch me, because as a performer, like as a comedian, I hated when people I like.
It's the worst.
It's the worst. Yeah. And I always bomb, always. So I was like, you cannot watch me. You have to wait outside in the bar.
Scope, do you always have someone that you like watching you? Someone had to take that.
How's it going? I'll take that one.
I gave it to you because I knew you'd appreciate the riff. So the moment that you realized, traditionally, if someone you actually care about is watching, and you said, "Oh, what happened?"
Yes.
What were you actually like? What was in your mind? Like, oh, fuck.
I was like, what is happening? But I was also nervous about the show. I was performing there. And, like it was like a big night and like Will's show at the Cellar. And I was just super nervous about and then I was like, why is this making me more nervous? I didn't really think about it then, but I was like, you can't watch. Like, I don't want to add nervousness onto a night that felt big for me.
Right.
And then, then I don't know. I don't remember what happened after that.
Blacked out and almost kissed.
No, then at some point, he was spending the night again. We were sharing the bed at my place.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Candles were lit.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. I actually can't remember between that night and the first time we hooked up. I don't know what happened. It was like a couple of days.
Okay, so it wasn't like that night.
It's a blur. What the fuck?
Someone's got deep feelings.
What happened?
Well, it could have been alcohol, guys.
It could have just been drunk.
It could have been the alcohol.
So now the friendship. So today.
We're in bed together that night.
Yeah.
And I was we started kissing, and I was like, okay, this is going to go beyond kissing. And we were about to have sex. And then I stopped.
Again.
1 second. I didn't know what, but this time it was really for a good reason.
She's like, let me do my act now. Let me show you.
So my name is Kaneez, and in Urdu it means. So I just, I stopped and I started crying, and I hugged him. I started crying because, Alex, come on.
I'm listening.
Just hang on. Don't like you fucked up 1 second. I started crying because.
The woman she's talking to.
I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing.
Oh, okay.
I started crying. I hugged him tight, and I got a little bit emotional because I was like, this is weird.
Hold on, let her get this out clean.
I'm not doing anything.
I'm hearing it as I'm saying it. But like, I was just like, I had to say goodbye to our friendship because it's been 7 years. And like, once that penis goes in, everything's going to change forever. So
this is like a very intimate, deep like story, and he's losing his mind.
I gotta say, what when she said the penis goes in, I'm sorry.
Once that
You know how sex works. Yeah.
What did he say? I have to say goodbye to the friendship.
I was like,
What did he say?
Did he go? Here's the train going. Bye bye.
Say goodbye.
No, he did. Shame, he did lose his boner, but like,
Wait, what?
I think it was worth it.
He should have.
So you guys didn't even have sex?
I mean, late. Like
No,
a
he got
little
back
later.
around.
He got back around. He got back around eventually, but in that
After the
moment,
tears starts, wipe the tears off, and I'm pretty sure after that.
yeah, we just like used that for the lube.
So you cried
I
because
cried.
because of the potential loss of the friendship. If you take this next step, you might lose your really good friend.
Things are gonna change. Everything's gonna. I
Yeah.
mean, I know like it actually changed before when we kissed, like when we had feelings for each other.
Sure.
But like I was like, this is now.
This is, yeah.
We're making that choice right now.
It's the next level. It's,
And then I was worried. Like after we hooked up, we didn't really discuss anything, and I wasn't too sure if I did just throw away a 7-year-old friendship, because I know how he's been with all the other girls in his life, because we've been friends for 7 years and we've been exchanging like dating.
Oh, so you know all the
stories.
dirt.
I know all the dirt, everything,
Wow.
and I know how he behaves in relationships. And I was like, motherfucker, if you do that to me, like I know how you are, and he knows how I am.
Right.
So we both neither of us could do our shtick or play our patterns out.
Both of your magic doesn't work on the other one.
Exactly.
The spells are no
Yeah, 'cause
longer
we all know-
operating
we
because you know all the
spells. We know
moves.
all the moves.
You're like, hey, the card's behind your hand. Stop talking to me like
Just
that.
Shut the fuck up. Like, stop the dance.
That's actually pretty. That's a pretty like. I'm sure that's a very like common thing where like really good friends become more than friends.
Yeah.
But to actually like dig into that a little bit and that moment of crying because you're like, I have to say goodbye to my best friend is that's such a wild.
I genuinely
intimate
felt
moment.
like I'm saying goodbye to. I know we're starting something new, but I'm saying goodbye to something that was 7 years old.
yeah.
And also I was also crying because I'm new to New York, and he really is my best friend in New York. Like one of the big reasons why I felt comfortable moving here was because he was here. Because I was like, I have my one buddy here,
Yeah.
and I was like, so I'm losing like. And it is sad sometimes. Like when I'm having issues with him, I'm like, oh, I don't have my best friend to talk to about it because it's him.
See, that's where the
See?
tears were coming from.
It was that.
All that stuff. That's so interesting.
All that support that a friend can give, and a new partner might not be able to.
Do you still have any of that though? That like friendship
Yeah,
intimacy?
yeah, it's there.
That's good.
It's there.
That's great.
To be clear, though, you are still currently dating.
So we are dating,
Okay.
and like we're doing this seriously
Oh, good.
because we're
cool.
both like we're not gonna like. The only reason I know for him like making that choice was like to commit. We both knew we couldn't like fuck around. We couldn't do friends with benefits.
Right.
We weren't. Yeah, we didn't. Also, we're old.
He's much older.
Yeah, he's old.
He's like 2 years older than me.
Yeah, he
Is
looks,
that it?
He looks way older.
He's weathered. How is it going to feel? He has to go back to Indy for stage time.
Yeah, when they're stopping you on the streets and then they're like, here, hold the camera for
Isolate
us
that
now.
one. You know who you are.
We used to go to India for stage.
That's sweet,
funny.
though. That's nice.
That was a very.
Let's check back in 6 months, see how sweet
exactly.
it is.
Let's see.
So how do you like? And I because we know all parties involved, I don't want to like. If you don't want to answer, like I don't want to dig
not?
too deep. But how do you foresee the? Let's for the sake of argument, let's say it doesn't work. For whatever reason, how do you see? Do you foresee the ability of the friendship to
positive
come
over
back?
here.
Jesus
What is
Christ.
it? Oh, I'm sorry for trying to get
He's got
intimate
one
and
friend,
vulnerable.
one friend in this city, and
vulnerable-
now she's
Not
dating him.
anymore.
Yeah.
So when you lose everything, how do you think it's gonna feel? If you have no friends.
I mean, you
no
can't
love,
have
Positive
babies. You
vibes.
can't have a boyfriend.
Barren, you can't have children. You can't have.
Yeah. Tell us how it's going to feel when you break your heart and have no
Well,
one
this
else
is
in
all.
the city.
All this is going to go back to the.
Now, when you argue with him,
letter.
when you argue with him, he goes, "Check my I&D page, bitch." Is that what you said to him?
Me to him.
Yeah. You got credits. He
not the other
doesn't. He's a
way around.
loser.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying that. Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm kidding.
I'm
That's
losing a friend and a middle.
I was my best friend and my
My
third
God.
best opener.
Who's gonna host for me now?
Oh, buddy was sending these to him for sure.
This might not make the final cut, but it's making somebody's inbox.
I gotta update my writer to bring a host with me.
So could you like step out of your own like emotion and find and decide?
them again?
Do you think that you have that ability because you have that foundation from the beginning? Do you think you have the ability there, or the two of you have the ability to be friends again if that's what the option became?
Yeah. I'd like to think so. Well, I'm friends with some exes, but I'm also like not with some. So I don't know. Like sometimes I just feel like that door is shut. And
I'm friends with one ex.
Yeah.
And it's because she's gay now. I think that makes it a lot easier.
Oh, was she always?
Right, I think right after me.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what we think.
What level of friendship are we talking about here, though?
I mean, we're not best friends, but like she just had a kid. I've checked in on her a few times, and she had the kid. So like with the woman.
So you're civil. You're not. I wouldn't say.
Yeah, it's not like,
I think the last time I saw her was probably, I don't know, 7-8 months ago. She has a dog, so I brought my dog out to there, and we hung out.
You guys hang out. Yeah, that's
not often, but we'll check in on each other.
It's more than probably any.
Yeah, but them other hoes, I hope they die.
How many other hoes are there?
Just 2.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever been friends like that with an ex-girlfriend. Ever.
Oh.
I think it's just like, oh, that's life. Time to move on. If I see you, hi, how are you? But I can't.
It does help the fact that she is gay. I think that really does help
for
out.
sure.
But
like, so your current girlfriend doesn't feel threatened.
Not even that, but it's like I wasn't working with the part she likes.
Yeah.
So I can't get upset.
But have you been friends with somebody for a long time and then got into a relationship?
I'm not going to ruin a friendship over here.
Have you ever done that? Been friends with somebody for a long time and then started dating?
Like at least over a year.
No, I had a crush on. Maybe I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And did you go back to being friends?
No, it ended very, very poorly.
Oh no.
Well, I have no experience either. I'm like friendly with people that I've dated in the past. Like I'll like every now and again you'll see them or like you'll pop up on your feed, but I don't think I'm friends with anybody.
Right.
But I don't think it's because of like there's there's several that I would cross the street if I saw them coming. But yeah, and they probably would too. But
yeah,
they would.
I was like,
I have to.
The last time they saw me is when I may or may not have gotten kicked or fallen off of a bar stool, and there's things that have happened that make it not good. But I've never been in a relationship with a friend before.
And then dated.
And then had
the
next one. So what do you think about friends with benefits with issues in Seattle here? From this letter, she's in a relationship. She wants to start a relationship with this guy's friend who she's hooking up with.
Yes.
So there's a friends with benefits thing, but now she wants to date the friend's friend.
And they made it very clear that it was friends with benefits.
So do you think that she
can go on that date?
Yeah.
I think she can go on that date.
But do you think she tells the friends with benefit? Do you think she risks, as someone who is in a situation, do you think she might risk that friendship with the roommate?
She doesn't owe that guy friend with benefit any. So I don't think she needs to tell him.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you gotta tell him.
No, but
friends with benefits. I think she's got to tell the other guy.
I think
you gotta tell because you know what, if you're living together, you gotta make your life easier.
That's the thought. That's the trick. I think it was just friends with benefits. They're roommates.
Oh,
that's how they started hooking up. They started hooking up because they moved in during the pandemic, and then they started hooking up, but they still live together. So that's where I think the key here is that friends with benefits, like I don't owe you shit, and you don't owe me nothing. But you live together and you're screwing. I think
such a dumb thing to do.
Well, 2 years of free dick. I mean, it feels like she might have gotten what she wanted.
It's literally like shitting where you eat.
That's a good point.
You know, like it's there. It's all there.
Yeah.
No shame. I mean, but like, I don't know. What would I do if I was dating my roommate with friends with benefits and then another nice guy who I could potentially be in a relationship with, which is what she clearly wants.
Oh, yeah.
She probably wanted a relationship with this roommate, actually, and he didn't.
Well, she's saying she doesn't, but she sees it with the other guy. So she actually sees her being in a relationship with his friend.
Right. But so what is she worried about? That if she goes on the date with the friend and it doesn't work out, then she's lost friends with benefits.
I'm sure that's a big problem. Okay. And also, like, the roommate situation can become awkward if she gets in a relationship with this guy.
I know what that feels like.
Does the other guy got double rent dick? I don't think he does.
Because this guy, the new guy, also doesn't know that they're hooking up. So there's so much there's so many components here.
You have to tell the new guy if you
want a long-term something.
Yeah, because off the bat you need to be on.
Yeah, it's going to come up eventually. Like, you're gonna be living with that for the entire relationship.
But aren't you allowed a little bit of room to figure out how you're feeling about either person? Aren't you allowed that time to yourself before bringing everybody into the picture? Like, aren't you allowed to go on one date just to see how you're feeling first?
Okay, I like that, actually.
You know what I'm saying? And then after maybe one date, you're like, all right, now I know how I feel. Now I can include everyone in this and get, my ducks in order.
Yeah. No, it's the responsible thing to do. I would
Because
I'm not a responsible person. I would be like, you didn't tell me. Like either the guy or either guy. I'd be like, well, how do you not tell me this? Come on.
I would hide until it blows up in my face. Every single time.
So, friends with benefits with issues in Seattle, thank you for writing in. And hopefully you've got some sort of closure on this scenario. Maybe you can help. Let us know. Shoot us an email. Let us know if this blows up in your face or not. We'd love to hear you. And if anyone has a question, if you have anything that you can't talk about with your friends or something that, like, you're kind of mulling over about your head, let us figure that out. DearBuddiesPodcast@gmail.com. We'll happily try to work it out and match it up with a guest that has a similar situation. Yeah. Kaneez, is there anything you want to plug? Anything coming up? Your socials? Where can people find you?
You guys can follow me at Kaneez Surka on all the social media handles.
Kaneez
Surka.
She's looking for a new friend in New York City.
New male
so she'll be on friendmeetup.com.
Kaneez, thank you so much. This was really fun. Thank you so much. Yeah, this was awesome. No, that was really, really fun. Thank you.